the grit from the dashboard. The upholstery smells like oil and salt. Found a nickel under the floor mat. Just a bit of silver for the tolls. My knuckles are white against the black, waiting for the engine to catch its breath. Steady grip on the wheel, taking the weight of the road in my palms. I'm steering this iron toward the sunrise, dragging my history back to the porch, homebound again. Homebound again, taking it slow. The interstate is a scar across the state, healing over with every mile I click. I see my father's hands in my own. Cracked skin and a map of old debts. The wind is pushing at the driver's side door, trying to tell me to turn back, but I've got too much momentum now. Steady grip on the wheel, taking the weight of the road in my palms. I'm steering this iron toward the sunrise, dragging my history back to the porch, homebound again. Homebound again, taking it slow. The grass is getting greener the further I go. The air tastes like rain and wet cedar. I left a version of myself in a motel sink, washed them down the drain with the soap. I'm arriving with empty pockets, but my eyes are finally clear. Steady grip on the wheel, taking the weight of the road in my palms. I'm steering this iron toward the sunrise, dragging my history back to the porch, homebound again. Homebound again, taking it slow. 10 and 2, steady now. Almost there, almost there. The gravel is singing under the tires. I'm pulling into the drive. I left the grid behind the ridge, the heavy air of the valley floor. Tires rolling on the blacktop seam. My hands are loosening on the wheel. The towers shrink in the glass, losing their grip on my name. I am letting my pulse slow to the pines, trading the sirens for the cooling wind. Everything I hold stays back in the smoke. I am catching the rhythm of the world, catching the rhythm. The traffic was a fever in my blood, 1,000 voices I did not know. Now the oaks are standing in the dark, patient as the stars above the hood. I can hear my own breath again, steady as the turning of the earth. I am letting my pulse slow to the pines, trading the sirens for the cooling wind. Everything I hold stays back in the smoke. I am catching the rhythm of the world, catching the rhythm. My father always had a heavy foot, driving away from things he could not name. But I am not running from the grave, I am just arriving at the green. I am just arriving at finding the pace I was born to keep. I am letting my pulse slow to the pines, trading the sirens for the cooling wind. Everything I own stays back in the smoke. I am catching the rhythm of the world, catching the rhythm, just the wind, matching the beat of my heart. The upholstered tree is torn beneath my thumb. Been staring at the same crack in the glass since the state line back in Oklahoma. The engine makes a low, steady rhythm, like it's breathing right along with me. I haven't turned the radio on in hours. These white lines just keep pulling me forward, cutting through the tall grass and the silence. A minute feels like a whole afternoon out here. And for the first time in a long time, my head isn't heavy with what comes next. Just the road, just the long road. I think about that fight we had on Tuesday, how I couldn't find the right words to say, but they're all lining up here on the dash, in the dust and the heat of the cab. I ain't running away from you, darling. I'm just catching up to who I used to be. These white lines just keep pulling me forward, cutting through the tall grass and the silence. A minute feels like a whole afternoon out here. And for the first time in a long time, my head isn't heavy with what comes next. Just the road, just the long road. There's a comfort in the emptiness of it. No fences to keep the spirit hemmed in. Just the horizon moving further away. Every time I think I've reached the end, I'm finally learning how to just exist. These white lines just keep pulling me forward, cutting through the tall grass and the silence. A minute feels like a whole afternoon out here. And for the first time in a long time, my head isn't heavy with what comes next. Just the road, just the long road. The sun is sinking behind the cattle guard. Pavement is still warm underneath, stretching out until the sky turns dark. Keep on driving, just the road, just the road. Tires whine on the gravel shoulder. I see the peaks rise up through the haze. This old truck knows the curves by heart, better than I know my own name. The air smells like pine and diesel smoke, cooling down as the sun goes low, going low. The jagged line of the mountain range is a blueprint of the life I led. It took some blood to find this peace, and more sweat than a man should give. The weight of the past is a heavy load, but these hills don't mind the strain. They don't mind the strain. I remember the night at the county line, knuckles split on a stranger's jaw. I was young and full of bitter pride, looking for a fight I couldn't win. But my old man told me back then, the dirt don't care if you're right or wrong, just keep your head above the tide. The jagged line of the mountain range is a blueprint of the life I led. It took some blood to find this peace, and more sweat than a man should give. The weight of the past is a heavy load, but these hills don't mind the strain. I traded the bottle for the steering wheel. We traded the noise for the mountain wind. Lord knows I am a sinner still, but I am a sinner headed home. The jagged line of the mountain range is a blueprint of the life I led. It took some blood to find this peace, and more sweat than a man should give. The weight of the past is a heavy load, but these hills don't mind the strain. Just keep driving through the tall timber, hard-won peace, under the silhouette of the ridge, in the cool of the evening air. The road is a long gray ribbon stretching out toward the blue horizon. My hands are heavy on the wheel, counting every mile like a prayer. I am coming home for the Saturday dance. I promised I would be there in time. The wind is pushing against the glass, but it cannot keep me away from you. There is a suit hanging in the back, clean and pressed for the big day. I picture the table set for 10 and the empty chair waiting for me. I am coming home for the Saturday dance. I promised I would be there in time. The wind is pushing against the glass, but it cannot keep me away from you. The clock on the dash is moving slow. Every minute feels like a whole day. I am tired of being a ghost on the highway. So tired. I am coming home for the Saturday dance. I promised I would be there in time. The wind is pushing against the glass, but it cannot keep me away from you. Just a few more hours now. I can almost see the porch light. I am coming home. Paper cup warms my palms. Rising steam drifts toward the rafters. Above the porch, a red glass tube buzz. The cooling road exhale. I'm alone, but I am not the first. We are all travelers on this narrow path, leaving the salt of our skin on the wood. I carry the weight of where I have been, toward the silence of the wild. The horizon. The red wash of light falls on the stone. The dark brew is bitter and strong. Outside the mist settles over the black fields, waiting for the tide. The engine ticks as it loses its fire. We are all travelers on this narrow path, leaving the salt of our skin on the wood. I carry the weight of where I have been toward the silence of the wide horizon. Travelers on this narrow path, leaving the salt of our skin on the wood. I carry the weight of where I have been toward the silence of the wide horizon. The distance calls my name again. One more mile before the sun returns. The buzzing wire falls behind into the gray rain, into the gray. The frost is peeling off the windshield in scales, like a snake shedding a winter it didn't want. I put my hand on the steering wheel, feel the engine vibrating through my callouses. No more gritting my teeth from the quarry air, just the smell of damp pine and wet pavement. The road is stretching out its long black limbs, beckoning me toward the Cumberland line. There goes that whistle across the valley floor, carry it away, dragging the heavy iron of everything I was. It's fading out where the sky meets the timber. My pulse is steady as a river stone now. I'm driving light, I'm driving clean, leaving the whistle in the rear view haze. Used to think the silence was a kind of debt, something I owed to the ghost in the hallway. But the morning light for a list of my transgressions, past a rusted thresher sinking into the soil. That was me just a few hundred miles ago, stuck in the sediment of a hard scrabble life, waiting for a grace I couldn't manufacture. There goes that whistle across the valley floor, carry it away, dragging the heavy iron of everything I was. It's fading out where the sky meets the timber. My pulse is steady as a river stone now. I'm driving light, I'm driving clean, leaving the whistle in the rear view haze. The hills are opening up like a book, full of pages I haven't even touched yet. No more looking for the exit ramp back home, just the beautiful physics of forward motion. There goes that whistle across the valley floor, carry it away, dragging the heavy iron of everything I was. It's fading out where the sky meets the timber. My pulse is steady as a river stone now. I'm driving light, I'm driving clean, leaving the whistle in the rear view haze. Just the road and the morning air, so quiet now. diesel shakes the floorboards in the cold. Black ink of the night starts to thin away. I can see the tall pines taking shape now, standing like soldiers on the edge of the ridge. I've been running blind on a losing streak, tangled in the wires of a life gone wrong. But the air coming through the window is fresh, and the road is finally smoothing itself out. The sky is bleeding fire on the horizon line, stripping the heavy weight right off my back. Every mile is a brand new kind of mercy, heading straight into the morning light. Yeah, the world is waking up brand new, and I'm finding my way back home. My hands are scarred from the iron and the oil, but they hold this steering wheel steady and true. Left the city noise in the dirt behind me, tossed the old ghost over the bridge rail. I don't need a map to tell me where I am. I can feel the heat hitting the glass. The amber dust is rising from the tires, and the silence is the best thing I've heard. The sky is bleeding fire on the horizon line, stripping the heavy weight right off my back. Every mile is a brand new kind of mercy, heading straight into the morning light. Yeah, the world is waking up brand new, and I'm finding my way back home. I ain't been much for kneeling in the dirt or asking for a hand I didn't earn, but looking at the sun crack the mountaintop, I'm saying a prayer to the wind and the trees. I'm saying a prayer to the open road. The sky is bleeding fire on the horizon line, stripping the heavy weight right off my back. Every mile is a brand new kind of mercy, heading straight into the morning light. Yeah, the world is waking up brand new, and I'm finding my way back home. Keep the hammer down. The air thickens up with river mud. My knuckles finally loosen on the wheel. I can smell the pine needles and the wet cold dust coming on home, coming on home. This old truck knows the Torah Kropaki. Every dip and rise in the asphalt, there is a Magnus nut in the red clay, pulling the marrow back into my bones, back into my bones. Almost there, past the rusted hull of the Harvest King. Old Man Miller's barn is sagging further west. Every pothole feels like a handshake, a conversation I haven't had in years, long time gone. This old truck knows the Torah Kropaki. Every dip and rise in the asphalt, there is a Magnus nut in the red clay, pulling the marrow back into my bones, back into my bones. The engine idles at the final fork, a holy silence in the valley floor. The theology of the front porch is the only grace I ever understood. This old truck knows the toll of Crocker Key. Every dip and rise in the asphalt, there is a Magnus nun in the red clay, pulling the marrow back into my bones, back into my bones. Gravel crunching, finally still. Highway 42 ends at the cattle gap. Iron gate rusted since '79. Steering with a wrist and a heavy heart. Counted every marker from the state line. The ridge line looks like a jagged saw. Cutting through the purple in the sky, my knuckles ain't wide on the wheel no more. I'm letting all that interstate fever die. Limestone gravel singing under the tires. That yellow porch lamp burning for me. Key turns left and the engine dies. Finally breathing air I can actually see. Finally home, finally home. The hound don't bark, he just wags his tail. Mud on the boots, I'm leaving by the mat. Half moon hanging over the garden fence. Looking at the soil where the earth is fat. I can smell the rain in the hemlock trees. I can smell the rain in the hemlock trees. Coming down the hollow like a ghost. The porch boards creak, a familiar tune. The kind of music I've missed the most. Limestone gravel singing under the tires. That yellow porch lamp burning for me. Key turns left and the engine dies. Finally breathing air I can actually see. Finally home, finally home. The world out there is a hungry mouth. It eats your time and it grinds your bones. But the timber here knows my given name. The hills don't care about what I owe. Everything is quiet, everything is still. Limestone gravel singing under the tires. That yellow porch lamp burning for me. Key turns left and the engine dies. Finally breathing air I can actually see. Finally home, finally home. Ticking of the hot metal cooling down. Dripping
almost
in the
there, boy.
Dew. Just me in the quiet. Just me
Rough.
and you.
Good
Peace
dog.
and rest.
Whimper.
Peace and